There are businesses that have been forced to close their doors or ship jobs overseas because they can't afford insurance. Medicare costs are consuming our federal budget. Medicaid is overwhelming our state, and the response was overwhelming. It's a day to fight the overwhelming urge to take a nap, at least until after dinner. And the overwhelming majority of the American people agree, both Democrats and Republicans. An overwhelming majority of Americans support raising a minimum wage that's worth about 20% less than when Ronald Reagan took office.
I want to talk to you today about the minimum wage and the overwhelming need to raise the minimum wage.
In both our countries, there's overwhelming support for this new relationship. It can seem overwhelming.
It was an overwhelming experience for a kid from the South Bronx.
This legislation, approved by an overwhelming bipartisan majority in the House of Representatives and passed unanimously in the Senate, will create a commission to honor President Reagan on the 100th anniversary of his birth. And it's a scenario that will swamp our federal and state budgets and impose a vicious choice of either unprecedented tax hikes or overwhelming deficits or drastic cuts in our federal and state budgets. So that's not the overwhelming majority of Americans. We celebrate how, with their overwhelming vote to confirm Justice Sotomayor, the United States Senate, Republicans and Democrats, tore down yet one more barrier and affirmed our belief that in America the doors of opportunity must be open to all. With the overwhelming majority of these men and women are simply seeking a better life for themselves and their children. And I want to thank those who led the effort to forge a final bill that received overwhelming bipartisan support, Senator Chris Dodd and Representative Howard. And that sense of purpose that tells us to carry on, not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. Even when the odds seem overwhelming, that's what we're about.
Just to put this in perspective, it's important to know where we stand now, the platform from which we now operate, and why, if we do the right things, we have an overwhelming prospect of not only recovering here in the United States, but leading the world in the 21st century.